Team Chaotixs and the Rookie eventually arrive at the Death Egg. Vector tells the Rookie to be careful as they scout on ahead, and of course this would lead into Prison Hall, which would be the same, except there would be a moment where the Rookie sees Zavok on the screen and he activates security, and alarms begin going off, and well, you have to avoid all of the badniks coming toward you. Zavok would call out saying they're here for the hedgehog, and well, yeah, we would see a lot of badniks and yeah, the same, it would basically be the same, but a bit longer in execution. There would be maybe a lot of traps and, well, robots and badniks. There would be even some old kind of models, like, for example, an old version of the Death Egg robot from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which would be a nice little callback. As well as there'd also be a few badniks working on building some other things and protecting more generators. After when the level is officially completed, the Rookie would follow forward. Here we would cut to Sonic's level. Zavok would enter in and free him. A beaten up Sonic asks why is he letting him go. He tells him that Eggman is planning to kill him. Sonic is surprised that Zavok let him free. However, Zavok states that even if there's just one of him, they're still deadly. He then tells him that he's going to have some fun with him before his death. Sonic tells him to just lighten up and that he would love a tour of the place before he dies. After that, the boss fight would begin. It would be the same in some parts, but you would have to knock Zavok off the Bebop first. When the Bebop lands on the hexagonal platform, you need to jump up to avoid the shockwaves and homing attack parts of the rocket in order to get up higher. When you do have to do a homing attack, you have to knock Zavok off. However, when you try to do a homing attack, Zavok will block you like he did in Lost World. However, for other attacks, he will do a few punches for you to avoid. And however, he'll do this new attack where he does this spin move, and you need to wait for him to get dizzy before doing a strike to ultimately hit him and to reduce his health down. However, every time you do this, it would change. The platforms would change and you would have to jump to a different one to avoid being fallen off. After a few hits, Sonic would give Zavok that beatdown part of the boss fight to beat down Zavok, and he would fall off onto the platforms cursing out Sonic. Then the cutscene of Zavok getting worn out before fainting in exhaustion. Sonic would look around being all surprised that he's now free and decides to make a run for it. However, the alarms are activated and, well, Sonic runs for it as quick as possible. Zavok gets up and orders all badniks to track down Sonic and bring him back. Eggman must not know. Here is Sonic's level, Egggate, which would be the same. However, during the level you can hear Zavok telling the badniks to find Sonic and to capture him. Also, there would be a part of the level where Zavok would chase you on the giant Bebop from the boss fight. Sonic would then need to jump on the ships, that QuickTime event, to avoid being crushed. And then Sonic would do a flip around and do one big spin dash around the entire Bebop, crushing it completely, causing Zavok to fall down below, along with Sonic. Sonic enters into a sort of area, which is the hangar area with all the ships. And then, well, the level would end. Here we would get the cutscene of Sonic meeting the Rookie for the first time, which would be the same minus the part where Knuckles and Amy talk. Sonic tells the Rookie that he's glad that he's here, as he doesn't really get many friendly faces around here anymore. Then badniks begin to come in and alarms begin going off. Sonic then immediately says, no time like the present, let's get out of here before Eggman's lackeys show up. Before the two end up running towards the ship, they all jump in and the, well, ship ends up making a getaway, just in the nick of time. After this, a cutscene would play out where Sonic reunites with the others of the Resistance, As he enters in, Knuckles would give Sonic a fist bump, Team Chaotixs would congratulate Sonic on returning, and Rouge, well, is also happy to see Sonic. However, Amy, she gets so happy she runs over to Sonic and hugs him. Sonic tells her that it's okay now that he's here. Amy then gives Sonic an update on the last 6 months, telling him how Eggman took over the world, the Chaos Emeralds are missing, all of the zones and cities have been turned into Eggman bases, and the Egg Fleet rules the skies. Sonic then looks around and asks where's Tails, to which Amy and Knuckles look on in dread at each other before they speak. Espio mentions before Eggman took over, Tails came to the base, and that's all. That's all they know. Sonic feels sad that Tails is missing, but he promises to the group he will find him, and he will stop Eggman and this masked figure, and take back the world. Knuckles talks about how they have a lot to accomplish. While they may have rescued Sonic, which may have been a small victory, now taking down Eggman, they'll need to start small. Knuckles brings up Arsenal Pyramid, a weapons factory that's, well, located somewhere around the world, to be a start. Knuckles then asks Sonic to go with the Rookie to destroy the factory, since they're short on staff. Team Chaotixs tell them immediately get a call saying about more survivors, and Rouge is spying on Eggman. Sonic agrees to help out, and the cutscene would end with Sonic and the Rookie exiting the base. Here, of course, would be Arsenal Pyramid, which would genuinely stay the same, but it would be a bit longer on the inside and especially on the outside, especially trying to get past the security, and when you go inside the factories, you'd have to destroy all the weapons, and also you'd come into contact. It would end with a boss fight against the Egg Golem from Sonic Adventure 2, which I think this would be a nice little callback to, well, SA2. I think it would be awesome. After that, you're then flung out of the factory, and well, we would then get this cutscene, where not only it would show Arsenal Pyramid exploding in the background, but also fire can be seen, smoke, and Sonic immediately celebrates, saying that he's glad that he tells Eggman whatever, that he's done it. He would then turn to the Rookie, who looks on in a bit of worry. However, Sonic tells him it's all alright and offers a fist bump. The Rookie is a bit confused at first, but he goes with it anyway, and the two of them share a bit of a laugh. Team Chaotixs arrive to pick up Sonic and the gang. Well, they come to pick up Sonic and the Rookie. However, immediately, all of the Resistance members get a message from Silver from Luminous Forest. He immediately tells them that their forces are under chaos and the Masked One who took down Sonic is there, and he's going to intervene. Immediately, Knuckles tells Silver to not go. However, Silver denies this and goes straight for it. Sonic, after realizing the Masked One is there, he ultimately jumps out of the aircraft and dashes all the way over to Luminous Forest. And now we have Mystic Jungle or Luminous Forest, which genuinely would stay the same, but there would be a lot more longer parts to it, most notably being a lot more enemy varieties and a lot more, I suppose, like trees. There'll be swinging added to it, and there'll be multiple branching pathways, which I think would actually help it out a lot more. And less 2D, more 3D would be very welcoming to the level. Plus the giant snake ends up chasing you halfway through the level. You can kind of see a lot of chase patterns with this kind of rewrite today. The Silver vs. Infinite cutscene would mostly stay the same, with Infinite telling all of those things about everything, and Silver mostly telling him, does anyone else believe you but your lies? And the two of them would fight going on forward, and just, well, then the Ruby part would drop down as usual. So yeah, everything would stay the same. The change, however, would occur when Sonic intervenes. Silver would be shocked and confused, Infinite as well, saying, "What? Impossible. It can't be. The little blue savior." But what? He would then say his line from there. And Sonic would still reply with the same old line, and the dialogue would still be the same, genuinely. Infinite would be surprised to see Sonic there. In fact, he doesn't really seem to care. Sonic will then tell him, "Oh great, see, Infinite, now we're getting to know each other. So, let me hear a little bit about you. Can you tell me what the secret to your source of your power is?" To which Infinite folds his arms and says, "The source of my power is none of your concern." Sonic would then go, "Oh, sorry, wrong answer, pal. It looks like we're going to have to find out the hard way and take it." "Interesting. I'd like to see you try." He would then raise up the ground, and Silver would tell Sonic to be careful because he's coming from behind. Now, Infinite's boss fights would be genuinely the same, but there would be some lasers and that you can duck under or jump over. Another thing that I liked about his boss was if you hit these cubes, you essentially got a much more dangerous part of the level. And I think that should be a big part going forward, is you crank up the difficulty for Infinite's fights. Like, it gets easier in the beginning, but then it gets even harder near the end of it. But also, Infinite wouldn't be so big. He would be regular size how he was. He would then, of course, summon snakes to try and attack you. He would even use a tail attack to try and swipe you out of the way. And if you, well, tried to, I don't know, do a homing attack, he would essentially just backhand block. I mean, he would even throw cubes at you as well, as just random attacks. After the boss fight, a cutscene would play out, which would play genuinely like the original, with Sonic and Infinite, Sonic preparing after his hit on Infinite. However, Infinite would basically hit Sonic into a wall and slam him down, and then is about to finish him off by saying, simply put, this iconic line. He would say, "Such a pity. Looks like I'm going to have to finish you off once and for all." Before Infinite can attack, Silver comes flying in and manages to get a hit on Infinite, but Infinite hits him back and Sonic manages to catch Silver. Infinite tells them that they're not even worth the trouble of finishing off. Infinite would then send out a signal and tells them to bomb Mystic Jungle. It would then cut to Shadow, who's on the Egg Fleet as it arrives in Mystic Jungle. Shadow would deny this, why on earth he would bomb it. However, Infinite reminds Shadow that they're under orders from Eggman, and that they should oblige to his demand. Shadow then orders the egg pawns to bomb down below, and, well, it all starts bombing down below. Sonic picks up Silver and helps him out, and Silver and Sonic bond for a little bit, before Sonic tells him that he needs to figure out the secret to Infinite's power.